Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or of course, welcome to the channel if you're brand new here. Thank you so much for joining me today for our pick a card reading on actually technically a spirit guide message, but specifically what we're tapping into today is a hidden secret that your spirit guides want you to know, most likely because it's important for you to know or it's something helpful for you to know at the time that you watch this reading. So, of course, without further ado, let us choose our pile leaders to pick our piles with. So, spirit guides coming forward for everyone watching this. Could you please help guide us to the right cards for them to pick their piles? Thank you. Okay, well, for sure this one is popping out for pile 1. We'll flip them over in just one moment. Pile 2, I'm feeling drawn to this card. And pile 3. How about this one back here? And let's flip them over. So, of course, for pile 1 over here on the left, we have Follow Your Own Rhythm, number 5. Follow Your Own Rhythm. For pile 2 here in the middle, we have number 32, Faith in the Process. And last but not least, for pile 3 over here on the right, we have number 36, Listening for Truth. All very beautiful cards today, so just quick refresher, pile 1, Follow Your Own Rhythm. Pile 2, Faith in the Process. And pile 3, Listening for Truth. Though, of course, you're always welcome to pause on this reading right now if you need more time to decide what pile you would like read for you. If you are brand new to pick a card readings, I always suggest to close your eyes, take in a deep cleansing breath, let out the deep cleansing breath. And when you open your eyes again, look and see what card draws your eye the most. What does your gut instinct tell you? And you'll kind of feel it like a knowing is how people describe it, or how I would describe it at least. So once you've done that, you've seen the card that you feel that gut knowing with, drop down to the description box below or the top pinned comment beneath the reading. Click on the timestamp there for your pile, and I'll see you in our little chat about a hidden secret that your spirit guides want you to know. See you there. Hello there, my lovely pile number 1. Welcome today to your pick a card reading on delving into a hidden secret your spirit guides want you to know. As you recall, the pile leader you chose today was number 5, Follow Your Own Rhythm. So we'll set your pile leader over here to the left as is tradition. And let's begin the reading with drawing some oracle cards. So spirit guides coming forward for pile 1 today for their highest best good. Can you tell us more about what the secret is? What's the topic of the secret? Thank you. What area of your life? So using Lenormand, they're saying the area of your life is something to do. So you have the clover, pile 1. And the clover in Lenormand is all about either a gift or a little bit of luck. It's like, you walk in the park and you look down and you see a 4-leafed clover. Pretty universal sign of good luck, right? So it's something lucky, something that's a gift, something that you're not quite expecting, that you just kind of happen upon. I think they want to give you a little bit of a heads up as to what it is before it comes along so that you don't miss it. But of course, let's glean some more details with the other cards. So that's pretty positive right off the bat. That's a good thing, right? Something lucky coming your way. Let's gain some more details. Okay, I'm feeling this one right here, the dolphin. Beautiful. So pile 1, it says financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. So pile 1, the secret has something to do with financial gain. That's a little bit of luck that you were not expecting. Now, of course, that's pretty vague. Let's get some more details, like I said, but right off the bat, that's, once again, just another positive sign. So those are always my favorite kinds of readings to give, of course. Okay, and then let's see. Yep, bit of luck, financial gain from something that you did. Then we have the animal message cards. Pretty straightforward. Okay, I already see the one. That one's like, pick me, pick me. Interesting. Hippopotamus. Friends stand close by to shield you from life's adversities. So, pile 1, it seems that part of this luck actually might come from a friend of yours or someone that you're close to. I don't know if, like, they come upon, like, a little run of luck of some sort and they share it with you. Or they understand that you need something and it's like they're there for you at the right moment, okay? And actually, this popped up in my head, pile 1. This might have actually happened in the past, okay? So this could either be past or future. But whatever it was, whatever, timing it is, technically, I'll try to glean some more timing details later. There's something from a friend that's coming that's helping you financially, and it tells me, because of the phrase, from something you did in the past, from Dolphin, it's because your friend felt grateful to you, or this person. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a friend, could be a family member, past lover or current lover, something along those lines, someone who you know. They did that for you or will do that for you because they feel grateful for what you invested into your relationship with them, okay? Especially, too, with dolphins, we think of them as very intelligent beings. We think of them also as very communicative. They make those kind of clicks and squeaks with each other, and they actually have a pretty, at least not quite on the level of human communication, of course, but they are pretty far advanced in communication with each other as a species. So, once again, it just makes me think of someone that you talked to a lot or you did in the past, someone that you were communicative with at one point, okay? And I'm getting the feeling that because of the pile leader you were drawn to, though we do have one more oracle card to draw, so I'll talk about this as I'm drawing that it was like something that you were trying to do on your own, or that you are currently. Something that you were trying to do that, like, society told you, don't do that, that's dumb, or that won't make you money, or it was like you were trying to start a dream of yours, or like some sort of goal in mind. And I say that because of the pile leader of saying, follow your own rhythm, which, we kind of take that to mean as you kind of dancing to the beat of your own drum, you doing your own thing off of the rhythm of what other people might necessarily expect from you, right? And it's like they appreciated that about you, or they, if this is future tense, they will, or they currently do. I suppose it could be present tense too, right? And they see that and they're like, oh, I respect what pile 1 is doing. I want to be a part of that. And it could have actually been anonymous, pile 1, or it will be if it's in the future. I think maybe because this is a reading about a secret of some sort. It's like they might not have necessarily wanted you to know that they helped you, but they did, or they will. So, okay, heighten your vitality, number 49 from Nature's Whispers. I'm going to just look at this a bit closer for a second. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a lot of people kind of helping each other or making connections here. At the very top, kind of the small figures. You might not be able to see it on camera. And then we also have, they're like sharing and working together. It almost kind of makes me think of the Three of Pentacles in tarot. We'll see if that does pop up in your tarot cards here in a second here, pile 1. But yeah, like they saw something in you and they wanted to invest in you. They want to make you feel better. They want to keep that dream of yours alive, okay? They want you to follow your own rhythm. And so that's where this luck either came from or is coming from, depending on the timing, is because of that friend, okay? Yeah, and then it says, yep, shielding you from life's adversities. So recently, pile 1, if you found that something happened where you were right about to go into kind of what I call a dark pit of life, like, something drastic was going to happen with your finances, or you realized, oh no, I'm not going to have the funding I needed for something, or something along those lines, some sort of like, oh no, kind of disaster. That's where this friend or this person stepped in or will step in for you, okay? Because they want to make you happy. They want to heighten your vitality, okay? There's something about you and your unique frequency that this person really wants to support. And as a friend too, Like, that might not literally even mean, like I was saying before, say, like, you know, someone physically here. It could literally mean a friend that's an ancestor, like an ancestor spirit that you were close to when they were living, or has just been close to you as almost like a spirit guide, I'm hearing for some of you, or just spirit guides in general, could be sending this blessing your way. And that's another way that it can kind of stay anonymous, because a lot of times when spirit guides or ancestor spirits or other entities that help us are benevolent towards us, right? When they want to help us, they have to kind of do it in indirect ways. So, even so, though, it's like your spirit guides, they're like, we still want you to know that this is coming. Either from us, or your ancestor, or from someone who actually is tangibly on Earth with you. They're like, pay attention. Something good is coming, right? So let's draw the tarot cards to get some more context, of course. But yeah, so far, this is a really, really positive secret pile one. You're probably sitting there like, oh, thank God. Especially if you, have maybe been running across some financial difficulties recently. Okay. But it's not without merit, pile one, because remember that phrase of something you did in the past. Okay, so let's glean some more context here. Spirit guides coming forward for pile one. Could you give me around 5 cards that explains more, how did this all come about with this person or being that helped or will help pile one? Thank you. And what's it leading to? All right, so card number 1, we have, what did I tell you, pile 1? And I know this is going to be repetitive, and I know sometimes I had a few people in comments be like, you repeat things sometimes. But when I repeat things in a reading, pile 1, it's because there's a synchronicity that is just repeating what I already told you. It's kind of reconfirming things. The 2 of Cups, I mean, literally, you can either take this as, like, people in a relationship, or you could take it as someone, like, in a deep friendship together, or maybe, like, a siblinghood, like 2 sisters. A positive relationship. They're holding hands. They're looking in each other's eyes, like, I see you, I understand you. That harmony in relationships. This is the inciting incident card I call the first card. It's a friend. Or a friend in the guise of a spirit guide, right? Okay, or not guys, I should say, but you know what I mean. So yeah, for sure, it's coming from a friend. Okay, so then we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so the 4 of Wands is usually about celebrations or the home. Okay, we think of the stability of the number 4, right? Kind of like you can even think of like the 4 corners of a house. I mean, I guess depending on the structure of a particular house, but most houses kind of have like 4 corners, right? Holding the home up, but also celebration. I'll talk about that more in a second when we get to the heart of the matter, which is the Huntsman, which is justice. Yeah, they feel like it's fair to you, and that's why. Okay, they're like, this is the just thing to do. It's the right thing to do, okay? They know. They're like, this person needs my help. And I see the way that they're struggling, and I see that they needed my help. It's the right thing to do, okay? And then we have, for card number 4, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, interesting. Sometimes that can mean either not inheriting something, or it's like not passing something down, but we'll see what the outcome card is before. Kind of like the 4 of Wands, it'll give us some context, so... And then we have, interesting, the Tower. Okay, so for those of you familiar with tarot, you're going to hear the Tower and you're going to be like, oh, that looks scary. But the context, and this is why I was saying context is important, is that this is for a positive change, okay? Most readings, I would read the Tower as like something, because sometimes it can be called the disaster card, okay? But because of everything happening so far in this reading, this is a very, very positive change. So I almost don't really read this as like the traditional disaster card, okay? It seems to me more so in this context of what's going on, pile 1, that it's more the energy of massive change for the Tower, okay? To the point where it's almost like they help you like pack up and get away somewhere, or it's like moving somewhere, or it's like helping you change your career. It's some sort of massive thing like that as the outcome card here with the Tower, okay? It's like you completely, like another really great metaphor for the Tower is taking away, you know, the old tower, and then laying the foundational bricks for a new life, kind of that big kind of thing. So they're helping you with this, pile one, or they will, or they did in the past. So in the past, if you ever were like, this anonymous thing came along and helped me out of the frickin' blue and I don't know who helped me, it was this friend. Okay, I'm going to try to glean some more context as to who this friend is, or who they were at the time, so that you can maybe recognize it. But yeah, I do want to make sure I first read the other cards. Yep, so inciting incident, a harmonious relationship. I almost kind of see there's someone who maybe is opposite of you, because this particular Two of Cups, we have, you know, one girl with the red rose, one girl with the white rose. One's got dark hair, one's got light hair. Okay, so someone who is a bit opposite than you, but in the way that opposites attract, you know, either friendship or romantically, right? And then that, it's like they sought stability for you because of the Four of Wands, and they knew it was the right thing to do with justice. Now, yeah, the Ten of Pentacles reversed is interesting. It could have been to help you get away from the area you originally were from, or your family was from. Because like I said, the Ten of Pentacles reversed can almost be like breaking a legacy or breaking a tradition in terms of like material things like money or your home or career, things like that. Breaking, or maybe it was like a career that you had been in for a very long time and you're like, I just want to get out of this job, but I don't have the opportunity to really like seek after a dream. Okay. That's the kind of tradition, materially, I'm talking about that's being broken here with that Ten of Pentacles reversed. And yeah, just to repeat, that led to the outcome of massive change, or it will, if this is present tense. So I am actually going to first ask who this is, or who they were. So I'm going to actually take Lenormand, because I think Lenormand will be really good about being quite blunt. It's a more blunt system than tarot, so I like to use it. So, spirit guides for pile one, could you please tell me, like, generally, who was this person, or who are they that's going to be helping pile one if it's future tense? Thank you. Let's watch you get the dog or the cat card. We'll see. So, let's see. We have the girl. Okay. So, probably youthful, feminine energy. Let's grab the second card. The lily. Okay, lily can mean family. It can mean sexuality. So it could have been a feminine energy that was in a like more romantic relationship with you. It can also mean purity. So that can mean like a young girl of pure heart. And then let's grab the third card. We have interesting the man. So we have two genders here. Okay, very interesting. I'm going to read this for 1 second, one moment. You know, I almost read this as a feminine energy of pure authority, because this specific version of the man in Lenormand with this particular deck pile one is the Lord. He's like the more rich man, okay? And so, yeah, you could technically read this as like a masculine energy, and maybe that is true in this person. Like perhaps, you know, there's someone who balances masculine and feminine energy really well. But I almost see it in the way that they're youthful at heart, but they're really good when it comes to authority and leadership because of this particular version of the masculine card that they received, okay? So, a young girl of purity with authority, or with pure authority, okay? So it could have been like a mentor type person, like they were very, like think of a manager who's really good at leading, but they're also really good on the human level of things. Like they talk to you as a person and you're not just, you know, a cog in a wheel that gets their work done for them and makes them look good, you know what I mean? Like someone who actually cares, okay? That's probably a better way to put that. Or it could have literally been that there was some aspect of a young girl that convinced a masculine energy to help you through the purity of her heart. So there could have been two figures as well, but it's something along those lines, and it might differ a little bit for everybody watching this. And then I also want to... What was the other question I was going to ask? So we asked about who they were. And we already know it's leading to massive change, or that it did in the past. I want to know, for those of you that it hasn't occurred yet, how is the help coming? I think it's financial, but let's ask and make sure. Spirit guides for pile 1. For those of them who, like, this hasn't happened to yet, can you tell me with 3 cards, how does this help come about? Just watch you get the 4 of Pentacles reversed. We'll see. I was wrong earlier. The cat or the dog didn't come out with Lenormand, but we'll see if 4 of Pentacles reversed comes out. Ooh, the Fool. Okay, specifically the white heart. So once again, we get the idea of purity, right? Because it's a white deer or heart, they call it. And the Fool is about new beginnings. Okay, someone who is maybe lighthearted, someone who is optimistic. And then yes, but we're asking specifically about how does this come about? So a new beginning. Yeah, it's like a complete massive change. Because not only do we have the Tower earlier as the outcome pile when we talked about, you know, ooh, massive change, but a new beginning with the white heart or the Fool. Okay, so they bring about a new beginning. Okay, a 3 of Cups reversed, away from a group. So once again, I don't know if like you're moving away from family or getting away from a social group that you're sick of, or like a community that you're not happy with. That could be one interpretation because of the 3 of Cups reversed. And then you have the 7 of Cups reversed. Very interesting, which is about being careful for what you're wishing for. But I almost see it as, because this specific version is, let's see, we have a crown, we have a home, we have treasure, we have a boar, a harp, a flower, and a person or a girl. So it's like different choices that you can see of what your dreams might be. I think they might have also helped you, or they will in the future, pile 1, because this is specifically for those of you, this is like a future tense thing I asked. It's like they help you solidify what, like the path to that wish or that dream with the 7 of Cups reversed. Because right now the energy is reading like you're kind of maybe confused, you're like, I'm not sure how to get there. But yeah, they give you that fresh start away from a community that you're not really fond of anymore. And it helps solidify a dream of yours or a wish of yours with the 7 of Cups reversed. Very interesting, pile 1. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions I want to ask for you. I think we have time for at least one more. Let's see, if I were you, pile 1, what would I want to know most? Let's ask. I'm going to ask where this massive change leads to. Let's ask that. So, Spirit Guide. So we kind of know how it comes about, who it comes from, but where does this massive change of the Tower lead to? 3 cards, please. We already kind of talked about a new beginning, because we were like, well, what does it bring about, right? But I want to know the after. Like, what's the long term? We have the Child or the Page of Cups. Okay, being able to follow the heart. Sometimes it can also mean a surprise. Okay, so a surprise, maybe they're kind of not going to quite tell you, but it can mean following your heart as well. Because it's like the girl, she's running through a really scary forest. There's even like, ooh, spooky, a spider web, but she's having a grand old time, right? And she's like, oh, this isn't spooky. I'm following my heart. I'm having fun. Oh, another page, the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, a little bit of Hansel and Gretel vibes here. So following your heart, or exploring your heart, your wishes. And then Page of Pentacles, yeah, is like, especially reversed, it's like a lack of ability to explore something with money quite yet. Okay, let's just see what else comes out. And then we have the King of Cups reversed. Okay, so they're being a little bit indirect here, pile 1. And like I said, I think it's because of the Child of Cups or the Page of Cups, meaning like a surprise. They're kind of being a little obscure about where it leads after the massive change, because I think, too, it could be possible, since this is a general reading, some of you, it might technically lead to a different path, right? Everyone watching this is going to be a little different. However, it's going to be something where you're following your heart, okay? probably away from a scary situation or a situation that makes you uncomfortable because of like the spooky forest around the girl and the child of visions, right? And then 2, it feels like right now with the Page of Pentacles reversed that at this point in time, it's like your finances or your ability to explore, either your ability to change career is kind of blocked. But then because it comes after the Page of Cups, it's like after you follow your heart, then that's going to change, or like you can at least work on changing that and having more opportunities, especially because of what this friend helps you with, okay? And then, yeah, the King of Cups is reversed too, which can kind of mean, sometimes I read it almost like as an unhappiness, because it's about like the mastery of emotion since he's the king of water, okay? And relationships as well. So like right now, maybe you're also kind of feeling, I don't know, maybe you've been kind of depressed lately, or it's like you've had an inability to, maybe like you've been stressed too, to the point of like, sometimes you've been having some like emotional like breakdown or blow-ups, things like that, because sometimes that can indicate the King of Cups reversed, okay? Or maybe that's even someone in your life that you kind of want to get away from is a King of Cups reversed, like someone who's not the most emotionally stable person, okay? So it's those 2 things, those 2 obstacles that this person helps you with after the massive change, or like that the massive change that they bring you to helps bring about. And then, yes, the surprise, and then following your heart with the Page of Cups, okay? So your secret today, pile 1, is, well, like I said, it could either have been past or it could have been future. Differs for each of you. If I had to pick out one, let's see. Let me draw just one more tarot card. Spirit guides for pile 1. Is this the past or the future for most of everyone watching this? We'll say for most, okay? So this still might not technically apply timing-wise for everybody watching this, but is this the past or the future? So we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed. So that almost makes me think of it being in the past for most of you, okay? However, some of you aren't recognizing this as the past, then I would take that as a sign as the future, okay? It might even be half and half, since the 2 of Pentacles is like balancing something, so it's kind of like, you know, equal weighted things on each side. You can kind of see he's balancing the weights on, like the scales on his side. So half of you probably past, half of you probably future. I would lean past for most of you though, okay? And it seems your secret is someone helped you in a way that you didn't quite expect, all right? I almost get the feeling that for most of you it was like a spirit guide that kind of threw something your way, but if it is a spirit guide, it's someone that you have a deep connection with already, or if it was like someone who was more tangible, like an actual person here on earth with you, there was someone that you were close to, okay, that really saw eye to eye with you, okay? So that's the hidden secret. They helped you out, pile 1, in ways you didn't expect, or they will, okay? So if you liked the reading and if it resonated with you, please like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on the channel, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, pile 1, either with new understanding of the past or excitement for a blessing in the future. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 1. Hello there, my lovely pile number 2. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about a hidden secret your spirit guides want you to know. As you recall, the pile leader you chose today was number 32, Faith in the Process. So, of course, as always, we'll set your pile leader off to the left to begin. And let's start the reading with some oracle card draws. So, actually, we're going to start with Lenormand. So, spirit guides coming forward for pile 2 today. Could you please tell us what area of their life or what topic this secret has to do with? Thank you. Get some more context. Feeling this one right here, we have, interesting, the moon. And the moon in Lenormand is a bit different than the moon in tarot. It tends to be about our unconscious, our intuition, and our feelings. Sometimes also fantasies. Okay. Kind of the hidden layers underneath things. So very interesting, pile 2. It seems like there's a hidden secret about feelings, or the hidden secret is something to do with your intuition or the unconscious world. Okay, let's grab the tea leaf next, because more cards, more context. Okay. A hidden secret. Okay. That was quite very gently folded over. Sometimes they just go flying, but so I actually got 2 today. You have, ooh, interesting. So actually 2 different things. We have the axe on the left, which is forces working against you, but then you also have money path, which is a path with money is waiting for you to find it. So pile 2, I don't know if recently you have been having some issues regarding your finances. I think it's to the point of, like, I mean, forces working against you almost makes me think of, like, I don't know if you had something stolen or it was something along the lines of, like, you lost money in, like, a really unfair way. Or it's just, like, something is outside of your control. It's not money that maybe you're having issues with because of, like, you know, things within your control. It's something outside of it, like I said, stolen. Could potentially mean like the stock market dropping. That's completely out of our control, right? Or it could be something like, you know, you got let go from a job that was completely not because you did anything wrong. It was because maybe just like layoffs. Something to that extent. Okay, it's going to differ for every single one of you. But you also have, on the positive side, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Okay, so I think the secret that your spirit guides want to share with you today is something along the lines of moving away from the conflict of the acts of the forces working against you and more towards that success with the money path. However, with the context of the moon, I think they're going to talk more about your emotional state with this than anything. Okay. And I just remembered too, because of the pile leader that you chose today, pile 2, faith in the process. I don't know if maybe you've been praying a lot lately for a fix to this forces against you type problem, or you've just been like, please, 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 spirit guides, I need an answer. I need help with something. I can't do this alone because it's outside of my control. But I think, you know, when we do choose our pile leaders, we choose them because of subconscious reasons. And so that's why I was kind of drawn to thinking, I was like, okay, it's like something that they've had to wait for, that you've really been praying for, like, and once again, that too, even the term faith in the process is something outside of our control, right? Because to have faith in the process is to give our power to the universe and say, okay, universe, I know it's in your hands and it's outside of mine, okay? But the secret is that I think soon the universe is going to finally get back to you based on what you've been asking for or what you've been praying for, pile 2. Okay. Yeah, and that moon is very interesting. Yeah, especially too with the context of the 8 of Hearts down here, which I read in, you know, translating into tarot, I would read that as the 8 of Cups, which is like emotionally moving beyond something. It's like you finally making progress forward. Okay. But yeah, of course, let's grab some more cards. So let's see, animal message. Let's see what pops out. Spirit guides, what's the animal message? Can it give us context as to how it gets fixed? Oh, very interesting. You have the bat, pile 2. And it says, you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. So, once again, that harkens to the idea of past a time of failure or something outside of your control, okay? Out of a time of sorrow and struggle into a limitless future, like it says. Just, I'm getting positive signs again and again and again on this reading, pile 2. And I know, sometimes I have people comment on, you repeat things sometimes. Well, sometimes I repeat things because there's a lot of synchronicities in a reading, and pile 2, I'm seeing that for you in this reading right now. Positive things across the board. A money path, limitless future, things getting better. But let's grab Nature's Whispers to be sure. We've had really positive readings today. Pile 1 was also just very, very, very happy. So those are my favorite kind of readings. I love to bring good news. Okay. Trust your own understanding. Number 32. Oh, you both got 32 with both cards. Both decks here. both the Sacred Rebels and the Nature's Whispers, okay? So 32 might be a little bit of a synchronicity to look out for, pile 2, looking for the number 32. Or, you know, it could also mean, if you add them together with, like, numerology, 5 is 3 plus 2, right? 32, 5, or the number 3 and 2. Oh, I just realized! Pile 2, you have 32 3 times. I'm so sorry. I was looking at these two. Your Lenormand is also number 32. Duh. Okay. Really, really, really strong emphasis on the number 32 for some reason in your reading, pile 2. And I tend to see that as that's your spirit guide saying there's something to really look out for with that number in your life, okay? I don't know if it's possibly, like, sometimes you see numbers repeated like that when there's a sign in your waking life to look for that number as a sign of, like, hey, pay attention to this. But yeah, I mean, 32, 32, 32. And literally it's in the arc of the structure of the cards. Like, you have one on the left, middle, and the right. Beautiful. Could also mean that if it's, like, finances, there's something to do with, like, the number 32 in terms of money, like, you know, 320, 3200, something along those lines. But yeah, sorry. I got really excited about the numerology. I was like, you got 32 3 times. But then you also have trust your own understanding as the message of the Nature's Whispers card, pile 2. And that is actually kind of similar to faith in the process, and kind of similar to the moon card about intuition and trusting your own emotions. Okay, because I think there's a part of me saying intuitively that I think you kind of already know that maybe there's a relief coming, but you're doubting it because you fear that things are going to, like, fall through, or it's not going to work right, or there's going to be more obstacles on the way towards getting what you need here, especially with, say, money, right? And so your spirit guides are saying, like, hey, trust your own understanding. Have faith in the process. It's a very similar message, and once again, I'm sorry, I'm repeating, but I'm going to read the cards as they come out. Have faith that the universe has the power right now in its hands to turn things your way. It's just sometimes you have to wait for the cogs of the universe to churn to get things back to you. Okay, it's almost like a boomerang. You throw out the boomerang and then the universe throws it back, right? And there's something about the way you understand this situation that you're not trusting enough. You need to trust yourself and your own intuition more. Once again, like with the moon is also intuition, right, in Lenormand. So, yeah, wow. I don't think I've ever had a reading that had that, like, a number repeated that often across the cards pile, too. So, very powerful, very specific. Let's grab your tarot cards. We're going to get some more context on the inciting incident and also the outcome, and just more kind of how does this go trajectory-wise. So, spirit guides for pile 2. Thank you for all the synchronicities. It's really cool. Could you please bring forward about 5 cards that explains more about what's going on here from inciting incident to outcome? Thank you. Let's see here. We have the Hermit reversed, okay? Something coming to light, something coming out of its shell more. There we go. I'm going to grab another card before I just speak on that, because I think that requires some... Oh, you got the High Priestess reversed. Remember when I said you're not trusting your own intuition enough, pile 2? Mm-hmm. Also, once again, the number 2 popped up with the High Priestess or the Wise Woman. Number 2 is also a high synchronicity in your reading. Look for the number 2 as well. Yeah, so you... there's something that came to light that you know, but you're not trusting your own intuition enough with this situation. Okay. Very interesting. And then the heart of the matter is the... Look at the synchronicity in this reading, pile 2. I swear to God, you saw me draw that. Holy crap. You have the moon twice in both decks, too. Don't ask me why you have so much synchronicity, but this is really cool. Okay, this is actually, like, this is the most mind-blowing reading I've ever done on here. I swear to God, I'm not, like, exaggerating. Okay, once again, the moon, reversed. Illusions being revealed. A little bit of a different meaning than the Lenormand version, right? But, literally, you got... kind of the tarot version of Lenormand moon too, with the High Priestess. Okay. So, yeah, illusions revealed, and then I'll talk about it in totality here in a second. Just got to make sure we draw your cards. The Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity in terms of finances, in terms of career, because that's the Ace of Pentacles. And then last but not least, we have, interesting, the King of Wands reversed. So lots of major arcana. And I'll tell you this, pile two, when I see a lot of major arcana in a reading, I, as the tarot reader, tend to think that it's emblematic of a major life lesson that you're going through. So what that means is that this is something, this situation you've been going through is been predetermined on your soul path, your soul contract. Sometimes they call it something that you agreed to before you incarnated on earth this time, as this is something I want my soul or my spirit to learn. Okay, this situation. I think the major life lesson here is not only, of course, dealing with adversity and things out of your control. We talked about that with forces working against you with the axe. But also learning to trust your own intuition when things seem bleak. Okay. And I just realized another synchronicity. Once again. Holy crap. The bat. I know that's not technically the message of the bat with this particular card, but when you think about how bats work, bats are creatures that don't see very well. Right? Blind as a bat is a common phrase we tend to say in English. How they locate their way around is echolocation. They squeak, it bounces off of a wall or the cave or wherever they're flying, right? And it gets back to them, and then they can echolocate. And what that means is, connecting it to the rest of your cards pile two, they work on intuition as well. Okay. There's something about this situation where you need to trust your gut. You have to trust your gut. Not only did you get that and that, but then you had the High Priestess reverse, which once again says you need to trust your gut more, okay? And once again, I'm sorry, I just keep recognizing synchronicities. The trust your own understanding. That's also kind of an intuition card. Please trust your gut. Okay, I'll stop repeating that. But yeah, so seeing this as a trajectory, though, pile two. Yes, it's like something was trying to come to light that would help fix this situation for you. But then you ran into an issue where it might have even been your spirit guides offering this information to you and you just didn't notice because you were so focused on the stress of everything going on, especially when it comes to like money, because that money issues can make us really stressed. We're not thinking about spiritual things when we have to think about, okay, do I have, soup, and do I have a roof to keep the rain out of my soup? Okay, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We think about spirituality after the belly is full and we're warm and safe, right? And so it's like you tuned it out. You just turned the radio off completely because you're like, I need to focus on getting this thing fixed, okay? But there was something that your spirit guides were trying to convey to you, or your own intuition, I should say, that will help you or would have helped you, okay? Depending on the tense, okay? And that's why they want to give this reading to you today, is because there's something in that intuition that's the hidden secret that will help get you out of whatever this issue is, okay? And it's interesting, too, because you have, well, once again, the moon twice, but moon reversed in tarot is about illusions being called out for what they are. Illusions revealed, okay? There's something about your situation that is deceptive, I would almost say. I think it's either like you're expecting something to be worse than it really is, because that can be another interpretation of the moon. Like the traditional picture is, it's usually like a wolf and a coyote, or like a wolf and a dog. So sometimes at a distance you can look at something that shape and your mind might go, oh God, it's a wolf. It's going to eat me, right? But really, it's actually more of a friendly dog. It's like that thing, when you're a kid and you think there's like a monster in your closet or a monster under your bed, but then you take a light and you shine it under there or in the closet and you're like, oh, actually, that's not really as scary as I thought it was, okay? So I think there also is an element of maybe like a little bit of panicking right now, which is understandable, pile two, but your spirit guides are saying, hey, wait a minute, you're not listening to your gut enough, that things are going to turn out better, they're going to fix, especially in finances, right? As long as you listen to that gut, okay? And once again, you have a very positive sign here with the Ace of Pentacles coming after the illusions revealed. That's a new opportunity in terms of career or finances. Okay. What's interesting, though, is that you have the King of Wands reversed at the very end, as I call it, the outcome card. And I think it's something to do with, because the wands are about fire, which is about confidence and ambition and creativity. So it's like something about your ambition or your creativity or your confidence you're not able to master right now, because I almost read this as the present energy. But that's what will change in the outcome. However, let me draw just one more tarot card to get more context on that. Because sometimes when the outcome card is one of the court cards, I'm like, kind of like, let's grab one more card on that. So, Spirit Guides, can you clarify the King of Wands reversed just a little bit more with one card? With the outcome. I swear to God, if you get another synchronicity. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Interesting. I was just like, hey, those court cards are kind of hard to read for outcome, and then I got another court card. So the Knight of Swords is about taking action with either our communication or with our logic. Let's see. You know what I think it is, Pile 2? There's something about, to get to the outcome that you're looking for, instead of relying solely on your passion for something, they're telling you to almost, like, the action that will get you to the outcome, or like to take once you get that opportunity, after trusting your intuition, should be tackled with logic in mind, okay? Think of it like you would play a game of chess. Or like you would move pieces on a battlefield, is what I'm hearing from your spirit guides, okay? That's very interesting. It's almost like they're being just a slight bit obscure. I'm going to ask for you, Pile 2, if with Lenormand they could tell me, after you try to tackle that logically, after you get that opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm going to ask, what does that lead you to? Okay. So, spirit guides, what does it lead them to after that opportunity is tackled logically? 3 cards, thanks. Okay, was that 3 cards exactly? We have 1, 2, 3, we have 4. Okay, so the girl, the birds. I swear to God. Well, you have 13 and you have 12, but it's 3 and 2 again. You have 32 in the same order, kind of. 31, which is the opposite of the moon you just got, right? Which was 32. And then the anchor. So reading this as a sentence, Pile 2, is how you read Lenormand. I'm going to look at this, and I'm just going to also just take a drink for my voice while I interpret these. So the outcome. That's what it is. It clicked. Optimism communicated for a happy stability. That's what it means. Because the girl can sometimes mean a literal girl, but it can also mean the elements of a young person in Lenormand, which is, sometimes on the negative, naive, but sometimes on the positive, optimistic, looking towards the future, happy, right? Kids don't worry about the future that much, do they? So it's that kind of energy we're talking about. So optimism communicated for a happy or bright stability. Okay, because you have the sun, which is, kind of self-explanatory. And then the anchor, of course, is like something that anchors you to something. Like it brings you a bit of stability in the storm. So you're not just thrown off course and everything's chaotic, okay? Just like, an anchor works for a ship. So whatever it is, Pile 2, that opportunity, if tackled logically, happy stability. So the chaos that you're experiencing right now is leading to that stability, okay? You just need to trust your intuition with something that, once again, I'm sorry I'm repeating it, but that is a very strong message, okay? Also having faith in the process and trusting the universe, even when it's hard, okay? And that's the secret that they want to share with you today, Pile 2. They want you to know that the secret actually really isn't a secret. The secret is you just didn't notice it because you weren't listening to your intuition enough with this, okay? So when you're facing your dilemma, whatever the struggle is you're going through right now, I think, like I said, most of you, maybe financial career because of that money path card earlier, and the Ace of Pentacles did also pop up. Deep, deep down, if you ask yourself, how should I tackle this? What is your immediate gut reaction answer? And that's what they're saying you should listen to. Then, that answer will bring you to an opportunity. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. To write. With the, let's see, it was the King of Wands reversed was this one, which like says like right now maybe there's something kind of not going so good with your ambition or your control or your mastery over ambition or creativity or your passion, things like that. But if you tackle that logically instead, think it through step by step, like you would on a chessboard or tactics on a battlefield. Optimism communicated for a sunny stability or happy, bright stability. Okay. So there you go, pile 2. Look at the synchronicity in that reading today. Holy crap. Remember the number 32. And also maybe even the symbol of the moon. That popped up a lot as well. So 32. The moon, and the number 3 and 2, maybe possibly 5. Keep an eye out for those numbers in your waking life, especially when you're looking at intuitive stuff, right? Feeling your gut, going with your gut. All right, so if that reading was helpful for you, and if you liked it, pile 2, please like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on the channel, pile 2, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, full of, well, optimism and sunny outlooks, right? And listening to your intuition more. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 2. Hello there, my lovely pile number 3. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about a hidden truth or secret your spirit guides want you to know. As you recall, the card used to pick your pile today was the girl putting the shell to her ear, and of course, very fittingly, the title is Listening for Truth, with the number 36. So as is our tradition, we'll set your pile leader to the left here next to the candle. And to begin the reading, I'm going to draw your oracle cards, and more specifically, Lenormand first. So, spirit guides coming forward for pile 3 today for the secret you want them to know. Could you please guide us with what area of their life does this secret have to deal with? Thank you. Just to get more context, please. Thanks. This one right here. Interesting. So you have the man, pile 3. Has to do with a masculine energy. And of course, we'll get more context with more cards. But it's a man in your life, or masculine energy. Someone that embodies a lot of that kind of vibe, if not a man. But let's also grab your tea leaves. What's the secret they want you to know? Feeling this one right here. Leg. Stepping into a new experience. What an interesting combination, pile 3. We have the man and the leg. A new experience. I wonder. It's either someone from the past who is of that masculine energy, that your relationship to them was a completely new experience for you, maybe even your first relationship. Or if this is future tense, pile 3, this is someone that you will step into a new experience with in the future. Once again, very interesting. Let's grab more cards to see what the context is. Stepping into a new experience. And looking at the background of that card, actually, while I shuffle this. Is he stepping into... It almost looks like a yard with, like, new plants growing up. Maybe that's where the newness comes in the symbolism. Very interesting. A new experience. A secret about a man and a new experience. And then we have the squirrel. Gather your resources now, for they will sustain you through coming change. Once again, that kind of harkens to the idea of new experience, change. You know, it seems that the secret they want to talk to you about today, pile 3, is something new that you're doing for sure. Like, I can guarantee you that. Or that if this is past tense, it was new at the time that it occurred. And that's the context your spirit guides are giving you. Something to do with a man. And very interesting. I keep hearing something about lighter hair, too. Not only because of the lighter hair of the man here and the figure in You're Listening for Truth, but even the red squirrel, well, which is, I guess it'd be red hair, right? But it's like strawberry blonde hair, light hair, something along those lines. Or there's something very light about their features. Maybe with like a reddish tint. Or a lightish tint. Compared to the average of where you're from. With this man. Interesting. And then we have it's also the Ace of Cups here in the corner of the Lenormand. Ace of Hearts, which is, yeah, a new relationship, once again we get the newness. I wonder, pile 3. I'm sorry, I'm not quite giving you a concrete answer yet, but this is a developing story. So let's grab the last card. A hidden secret. I don't know. There's a man involved, though. Or like I said, masculine energy. And then we have 40. Show your strength. I want to actually look at that closer, pile 3. So we have the figure looking at the flowers, holding almost kind of a fey being on their hand. And the fey being is handing them a rose. Yeah, you know, I wonder if this was a relationship, pile 3, or it will be. And there's even there's even a man down here in the boat. Oh, like pining from afar, and like the fey being is almost handing her the rose, like go for it. She's been looking down at that man in the boat. So pile 3, if this is past tense, this was a masculine energy that you, like, I'm getting relationship vibes off of this very strongly, especially because of the Ace of Cups affiliation with the man card here. If this is the past, this is a masculine energy that you kind of pined after from afar for a while. And I think you kept looking for clues. Did this person like me back romantically? I'm not sure if I should go for it. I almost kind of get that feeling of, you know, I don't know if this is in every country in the world, but in the US here, we have this thing where if someone really wants to know if someone likes them, they'll pick a flower and they'll pick each petal and they'll go, he likes me not. He likes me not. And then whenever you land on the last petal, whatever phrase you land on between those two is kind of like the answer, right? I almost kind of see you doing this in this situation. Does he like me? Does he not? Or do they, I should say, because I read tarot as can be different energies, not just genders, right? And so it's like, yeah, you pining from afar, listening for that truth. And I think maybe they were kind of inconsistent. So you're not sure, or you weren't sure at that time. And then for those of you, this is either present or future. Translate everything I just said to like the future. Like either you are currently pining after them or it's like in the near future you will be. Just like this figure is kind of like looking at the man in the boat from afar. And then like the fey being gives her the rose and is like, go for it. Here, give him the rose, right? Show your affection. Show the truth, okay? And it's a new experience of some sort. Okay. It's like right now you're kind of gathering. Like, do I really want this relationship? Or at the time you were like, do I really want a relationship? Maybe you'd had some bad experiences beforehand. You're like, I don't know if I really am into it. Like, I don't know. Like that kind of hesitation. Okay. So that's kind of the context, at least, of the secret that your spirit guides want to share with you today. I think they're either going to tell you the full truth of this person's, how they felt about you, or how they currently do if it's present tense for you, pile 3, or something along those lines. There's a truth you needed to know. Okay, so get ready. We'll see what pops out. It could be good, it could be bad. I won't sugarcoat, but I'm hoping and I'm crossing my fingers for you, pile 3, that it is positive. So, spirit guides, please, for their highest best good for pile 3, could you provide context, the inciting incident, all the way to the outcome of this? What's the secret you want them to know about this situation? It's like you want to know the truth. Do they like me? What was the truth with that? Or it could have been, if this is a past tense relationship, pile 3, maybe it ended in a way where like you were never quite sure, or like it never really started and you're not quite sure why. The 8 of Swords. Okay, so 8 of Swords is all about feeling kind of mentally trapped in some way. Yeah, or like anxiety. It's like, that's kind of that feeling once again of like the figure in the show your support card here. Show your support. Where she's like, I don't know, should I go for it? And then someone supports her and is like, yes, please go for it. But like you got kind of, or you are currently trapped in like this little mental prison of, oh, I don't know, I don't have enough clear signs, or I never did, so I just never went for it, or I'm not sure if I should, if it's present tense, things like that. And then we have the Child of Pentacles, or Page of Pentacles, I should say, a little bit of a Hansel and Gretel vibe here. That house looks very delicious right now. So Page of Pentacles is all about exploring opportunities in the physical world around us. Now, that tends to mean more in terms of finances and career, so I think maybe it's possible that this person is related to your job or your way of making money, or they were at the time that you knew them, pile 3. Or if you were young enough, that could mean school, because technically you go to school to be educated enough to be ready for the working world, something along those lines. And then we have, okay, the Star reversed is the heart of the matter. Yeah, you lost hope, or you're losing hope currently. Yeah, and especially, I'm going to actually look at this a bit closer, pile 3. So it's actually 3 figures, and they're looking up. But traditionally, yeah, reverse the Star is all about losing our hope or our faith in something. You're like, oh, I feel so mentally trapped. I don't know, but I want to explore this at, in my career or finances or school, but I don't know, I'm losing hope and faith, like that kind of feeling, right? And then let's grab the last 2. The High Priestess reversed. Not listening to our intuition enough. All right, and then drum roll, please. Here's the outcome. Cross your fingers. Let's hope it's positive. We have the Moon reversed. Very interesting. Pile 2 had both of these cards right next to each other too. And I'll tell you this, pile 3. I told this to pile 2 as well. When you have a majority major arcana in your spread, if you're familiar with my channel, you already know what I'm going to say. But for those new, that tends to mean to me that this is related to a major life lesson. You have the Star, the High Priestess, and the Moon. Okay. And in terms of your outcome, so we have the losing hope or faith. We talked about that before. And then there was some situation where, and this is going to read for, okay, I'm sorry, just pause. This is going to read differently for if this was a past thing for you, pile 3, or if it's present. Please kind of translate it to your situation, okay? Or your near future, right? After losing hope or faith, there is a lack of listening to your own intuition here with the High Priestess reversed, okay? I think deep down you either knew or you do know currently that this person returned your affections. Or you kind of knew that they didn't, what your inkling kind of was. And then as the outcome, we have illusions revealed with the Moon reversed, okay? So what that tells me, pile 3, is whatever you thought or think. Well, let me rephrase that. You didn't, or you currently aren't listening to your gut about this person. Okay. And what that tells me is that because of that, you aren't seeing the truth, or you didn't at the time. So whatever you thought at the time, or whatever you think now, is the opposite of what the truth actually is. Okay. Let me grab just one extra card of clarification on the moon. I want to kind of know what's the truth. I guess that might be different for every one of you, so I don't want to be too specific since this is a general reading. But Spirit Guide, can you clarify the moon a little bit? What was the deception? I watch you get like the 2 of Cups or the 10 of Cups. We'll see. All right, we have another major arcana. You have Justice or the Huntsman. It was a deception about what was fair or what was right. Very interesting. You know, I almost wonder if there was some... And when I say right, I mean as in like something of justice, not as in being right, but as in being morally correct, right? Or ethically correct. What an interesting reading, pile 3. So the deception was about justice. Oh, I wonder if you weren't being fair enough to yourself, or you aren't currently. I bet you that's what it is. You aren't giving it a fair enough chance, or yourself a fair enough chance, or you didn't at the time. Or if it's the opposite, where you think that, you know, whatever was the opposite of what you kind of thought at the time, right? Or currently are, right? That you're not listening to your gut intuition about, right? It's like, how do I describe that? Because I'm kind of reading for 2 different situations here, pile 3, so I'm sorry if I'm kind of repeating or stumbling a bit, but it's like, it's either you weren't fair enough to yourself about giving it enough of a chance, and like it's like you lost out on the relationship because of that, pile 3, or you currently are losing out on it, unless maybe you can kind of change it a little bit, of course, because it's like present tense if that's the case, or if it was a situation where like the deception revealed was you realized, oh, they didn't like me like I thought they did. It's like your spirit guides are saying, well then, but you need to be more fair to yourself. And what that speaks to me of, pile 3, is like, I think maybe you either internalized it at the time, or you're currently maybe feeling a little rejected if that's the case. And so it's almost saying it's not a you thing, it was more a them thing. Okay, it's not a rejection out of, you know, them going, ew, I don't like pile 3. It's more, there was an issue on their end as the reason why, in terms of fairness. Okay, like it wasn't fair to you. Or you weren't being fair enough to yourself, or fair enough to think, oh, I have enough of a chance with this person. Something along those lines. I know it's kind of vague, but I'm reading for multiple potential types of situations here, pile 3. So what next to ask? Because we do still have some time. I wonder if Lenormand could give us an answer to what was the truth of the feelings of the person on the other end. I mean, although some of you are going to be different, so let's see. I'm trying to think of the best question. I'm going to just take a drink for my voice as well. Pile 3, apologies for just a pause here as I kind of think things through, but... Let me ask that. The feelings of the person on the other end. The feelings of... So, yeah, a man. Once again, so I think likely masculine energy. So a man who, or masculine energy who, and also too, I mean, you also got the huntsman, which is like a masculine energy. Okay, the bard, or the writer, who delivers the news of... Okay, and then we have the snake, specifically the fierce snake. So, pile 3. I think that's also what the deception was, because that's another interpretation of the fierce snake in Lenormand here, at least with this particular version of the deck with the snake. not only is the moon reversed a deception or illusion revealed, right? You think of like, oh, a snake in the grass, someone who is not forthcoming about something. More so in a negative connotation, but it can mean in terms of being deceiving. So I would read this as, if I had to read this masculine energy's feelings, a masculine energy who delivers deception. So read that for your situation, whatever that masculine energy portrayed to you at the time, or if this is present or future, what they're portraying to you currently. It's almost deceptive, right? Even too, you have the imagery of like the moon being unveiled by the clouds here, and then the moon earlier, of course, with the actual outcome card. Okay. So this little bit of the secret being revealed is they want you to look more under the surface of this masculine energy to really see the truth. It's almost kind of like what they portray is the opposite of what it really is, or how they really feel deep down. Like this particular reading was about the masculine energy's feelings, okay? A man who delivers deception, okay? Or bringing news of a man who is deceiving in some way. And that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, pile 3, but not being true or honest about something. Okay. And like I said, I don't think, for those of you who are currently in a relationship, I don't think this applies to your current relationship because, the leg is like stepping into a new experience. I think in that case, if you're currently in a relationship, it's more about a relationship far in the past, so you weren't really sure what was going on or why it ended, or it's like potentially one in the future, okay? Should your current relationship not work out. But no, I'm not saying anything about that here at all. It's more just, there's something about, it's either, or like I said, if it's present energy and you're kind of pining after someone currently, but you're not in a relationship with them yet, you're kind of in the crush stage, right? That's kind of where you need to look under the surface a little bit more, okay? So I think it's like they want to reveal to you more about their intentions, more about what they're hiding, okay? They want you to know. So we do have room or time for maybe just one more question, pile 3. I'm going to ask what effect this will have on you. I want to ask. And once again, this might be kind of scary because, drumroll please, it's going to be... We'll see. Some of you are probably hearing something you want to hear, and some of you are probably hearing something you don't want to hear. So I don't want to scare anyone away from the reading. But like I said, I want to be honest with the way that the cards come out. Spirit, can you tell me what effect will realizing this illusion revealed have on pile 3 once they realize what it is? Because I think you're going to get there on your own, pile 3. The spirit guides are they're giving you a little bit of a nudge of like, look into your intuition a little bit more with this. Look under the surface. So how will it affect you? So we have, so actually it's a positive sign, pile 3. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups, which is happily ever after. It's literally a couple with a child of unicorns. Very cute. Let's see more context. The Chariot. Okay, that is driving forward, taking action, having control. And the 9 of Cups, a wish fulfilled. Okay, so for those of you who are looking for, currently you're pining after somebody, I get the feeling that for most of you, this realization is actually going to make you very happy because happily ever after, control or driving forward or making progress towards a wish fulfilled. This is even sometimes known as the smug card, but like something that'll make you feel kind of smug when you realize it. But then also, this particular depiction is of a wishing well, like someone tossing a coin into the wishing well. What did you wish for? Okay. If this is past tense for you, pile 3, reading it for those of you who are, this is like not current, it's in the past, right? The realization will make you happier in some way. Okay. Like if it was a relationship or a crush that didn't work out, there's something about it that will make you happy. Like maybe you'll realize, they did like me and I thought they didn't. Like I wasn't fair enough to myself, bringing back that Justice card, right? And that can, maybe bring you a little bit more of the control of the Chariot in realizing, more of your value and more of your worth. Not that you want to put your worth on outside sources, But hearing that someone liked you that you thought that they didn't puts a little bit of a spring in your step, right? Let's not lie. That makes everybody feel great, right? So it's something along those lines. I think, yeah, it's going to make you feel positive when you realize what the illusion was, okay? Because these are all very 3 positive cards. And once again, another major arcana with the Chariot. Okay. So yeah, just to summarize, pile 3, the secret revealed is kind of, I think, the real feelings of a masculine energy that was either in your life in the past or currently or will be in the short future here. Someone that you kind of were losing faith on. You've been kind of mentally trapped about. You're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if they like me back, or if they did at the time. But listen to your gut. Look under the surface, and I think positive things are coming from the realization, okay? So that's what I'll leave you with today, my wonderful pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading. If you liked it and if it resonated, please like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me out a little bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on the channel, pile 3, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day with very happy wishes fulfilled and realizations, things like that. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, pile 3.